DNA decides the characteristics of the body. Now, scientists think they know a lot about DNA. They know shit about DNA compared with the reptilians. They have the ability and the knowledge to move to the human codes of the DNA and appear to us to be human, and move then to the reptilian codes of the DNA and shift literally in front of your eyes into a reptilian form.
But have people witnessed this?
Well, I've talked to hundreds and hundreds of people who have witnessed this. I've come across endless stories. One of them, for instance, came from a victim of US government mind control. There are these massive mind control projects. And she tells the story in her book, and she told me personally, of how she was with George Bush, the father, in the White House when he was vice president, and he told her they were a extraterrestrial race that had taken over the planet, but no one realized it because they looked human. They came from a far-off space place.
He told her this.
He told her this.
Did they not, want to kill her? I mean, that's
well,
a pretty...
who's going to believe it, Brandon? That's
Right.
the defense mechanism. It's
Right.
so fantastic. And he said that they had the ability, these hybrids, to move between human and reptilian form. That's exactly what we're talking about with shapeshifting. And interestingly, the first things to go, and that which goes quickest, is the eyes. They move to a reptilian form first. And it often happens when these guys are in a real emotional state or really, really angry. It starts to move that DNA shift.
David, I wanted to ask you about some disturbing footage that I got in Los Angeles of some really bizarre, it's really bizarre. It's these women that claim that they've had sexual relations and relationships with these reptilians. I mean, have you heard of this before?
Yeah, it makes absolute sense. I've heard it from so many different people around the world that this abuse and stuff goes on. Fuck, what's going on here? All right, okay. We have to have permission. We have to have permission to film in a place that we taxpayers pay for. Are you winding me up?
I'm afraid not, sir.
Well, over here, you see, you've got this bloody protest here against the Iraq war. It's been going on for bloody 3 years. And the other night, they pulled it all down. In the middle of the night, the police, you can't even protest against people who are killing thousands of children and civilians in Iraq. You can't do it. It's against the law. See, peace is against the law. The law is against peace. But in there, where they want to go on their wars of conquest and kill thousands of bloody children, the law is on their side to do that. It's a free country. Please. Intelligent life calling planet Earth. We are not being served by the people we elect. We serve the people we elect. Okay, I got an idea. In this neo-Nazi state where you can't film your own public buildings, why don't we just walk and can just come behind us and we'll just chat away? Stick it in your jacket. That's probably the best thing.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And amazing, isn't it? This is free Britain, ladies and gentlemen.
So, according to Mr. Ike's instruction, you then hid your camera inside your jacket?
Yes, I had to. Otherwise, they would have shut us down.
David, let me ask you about it. Have you ever heard of a group called The Arena?
No, what's that?
It's in Los Angeles. It's a group. I got to be honest with you. I'm concerned about it because they've been following me, and I'm wondering if I'm safe from these guys. It's called The Arena.
I've never heard of The Arena, but all over the world, there are hundreds of thousands of groups and cults that work in secrecy that you would call secret societies, secret groupings. And in the end, they fit together to form the web of global control and manipulation. But I've never come across specifically The Arena, no.
Now, let me ask you, since I've now found out about them and they know that I've found out about them, I've been followed by them, am I safe? Am I in trouble here?
Well, first of all, the fact they're following you means you're going down a road they don't want you to go. So that's good. It means you're on a trail that's worth pursuing.
But I'm worried. I'm worried. I got kids.
You have a choice, Brandon, right? You can walk away and let them intimidate you and go into your nice life and forget about Jude and forget about all this shite, right? Or you can say, hold on a minute. At this point in my life, I'm going to do something about the injustice and the manipulation and the horrors that go on in this world, and so I'm going to uncover this and I'm going to keep going.
So you said that David Icke gave Brendon a sort of walking tour of London to show him this so-called reptilian symbolism.
Yes, again, David Icke told us that this is where the reptilians operated their central base from, and that this is where the reptilian symbolism was, most noticeable.
What I want to do is show you something here. Like I say, this is one of the great global epicenters of reptilian manipulation through this, if you like, secret society network. It calls itself the Illuminati.
Right.
Now, what are the chances, just by coincidence, of the logo, the very image of this city, being that? There it is. It's two flying reptiles holding a shield. Now that shield is the symbol of the Knights Templar. And if you look over there, you've got a color version of it. All over this place, mate, you'll see these images.
Icke believes that because the reptilians rule in secrecy, that they've placed symbolism all over the world to signify their dominance over humanity. But after touring London all day, looking at all this symbolism, all this evidence, Brendon was unconvinced. And he told Icke,
I'm not buying that shape-shifting reptilians exist because I see a lizard on a lamppost, or I see lions on the front of a building. I mean, does that mean, and Princess Diana refers to somebody as being inhuman, so now automatically they're killing people, and I'm not buying it. I can't.
You ain't buying, Brendon, and that's good because I ain't selling. All I'm telling you is a few of the strands, a few of the puzzle pieces.
How is something on a statue a strand? That's all I'm saying.
It's a puzzle piece among vast numbers of other puzzle pieces in the millions of words I've written on this. And when you see the puzzle pieces put together, and you don't do that in a day going around London, then you'll start to realize the credibility of it. But I'm not trying to sell you anything.
No, I know you're not trying to sell it, but you're showing me evidence, and I got to be honest with you, I don't think the evidence is that compelling. I don't think it's credible. I'm not buying it.
It's a few strands in a massive tapestry.
I don't know, man. Maybe David's got onto something. I mean, it's pretty...
What do you mean maybe David's onto something?
Maybe he's onto something. I mean, what, do you think he's a con man? What did you...
No, I think
you heard him.
I think he believes this crap. That's what's scary.
Well...
What's even scarier is that we flew 7,000 miles to listen to him for a day.
What about the 12-step thing? To have a meeting about people that are having relationships with reptilians? You bought it too. Don't act like
you haven't bought it.
You the one who you. What do you mean bought it? You were
I didn't buy it.
Listen.
I never ever once in my life on this planet have said the reptilians could exist. And if you think that, there's something seriously wrong with you.
You're lying about. You said that David Icke might be onto something, and it's a good thing that we're going to London.
Yeah, because I wanted to come to London, ding dong.
Oh yeah, now you're saying it because you didn't feel cool about what he was saying.
I needed to get away from my old lady.
Listen, I'm not saying I buy what David is, everything that David's talking about, and it's confusing. I'm simply saying maybe he's right that you can't figure it all out in a day. That's all I'm saying.
On the plane ride home from London to Los Angeles, Mr. X told us that Brendon started to show signs of depression and hinted that he was thinking about giving up his search for Jude. But then Brendon changed his mind. Why?
No, he didn't change his mind. They changed it for him.